special guest, and his name is Gabe Gabrielle, and he's from New York, and he works in NASA, and I'm very grateful that he's given me his precious time. And Assalamu alaikum. How are you, Gabe?
Hi, good evening to you. Good morning from here. I'm doing excellent. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm in Florida right now, which is close to Kennedy Space Center where we have NASA, and I was out there as an engineer, civil structural type of engineer for 17 years, and I loved it. It was an amazing place. And then about 8 or 9 years ago, I can't remember exactly when, I decided I was going to become an international speaker. Something I never in my life thought I would do, but it kind of presented itself, and I quit my job. And I said, "Oh, I'm just going to go around the world speaking at schools." And it's the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life. And I really, really enjoy it. And I welcome the opportunity. I thank you for this opportunity.
Thanks so much for your precious time, and I'm really grateful that you're here. Thanks so much. So nice to know. And let's move to the question and answer session. And the first question is to you about NASA. Why did you choose NASA?
I chose NASA kind of by accident. I had never really thought about, I knew of NASA, but it was always like, it's like something that you see, but it's far away. It's not really reality. It's something, America's a big country, and some things can happen in one part of the country that's so far away from you where you are, you really don't relate to it. So I'd kind of been interested in the space program and kind of been following it, but never really thought about getting involved with it until I was in Cocoa Beach in the Air Force, close to Kennedy Space Center and close to NASA. And I saw a shuttle launch. I saw the very first shuttle launch. And after I saw that shuttle launch, I think that is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. When I get out of the Air Force, I'm going to see if I can get a job somehow connected with it. And I did. And I'm very thankful for it.
So really good to know about your NASA journey. And my next question is that what's the most exciting project you ever worked on in NASA?
So for me, I approach everything the same. Each day for me, each day is exciting. It doesn't matter where I am. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter anything other than me finding a way to make it exciting and enjoy my day. So whether I was at Kennedy Space Center for NASA or whether I was in Pakistan visiting schools, to me, each day is a challenge. And the challenge is never to do something. The challenge is to enjoy doing it. Being at Kennedy Space Center, it doesn't matter what you do. It's where you do it that makes it so special. So, as a civil structural engineer, I didn't get to build the ships and I didn't get to go to space. But you're in an environment where this is happening all around you. So, you're kind of caught up in it. And even though you're not building the ships, you see them being put together, you see them going to a launch pad. You're part of the preparation for the launches, and then you're there for the launches. So, for me, without a doubt, the most spectacular thing is the launches. But every day is exciting for me. Every day is fun. And that's the challenge with myself, just like with this interview with you. I want to make it fun. I want to enjoy it. I want to do the best I can to share this time with you.
Oh, really good to know. Thanks so much. So my next question is about what was your role as director of engineering?
It was really a unique in position. Usually as an engineer, civil structural type of engineer, and many of you watching and listening now, you'll become engineers. But engineer is a very broad term. It can mean almost anything. But normally it's a design engineer. You have a design engineer, like I was civil structural. You would have electrical, mechanical. You would have all these different type of disciplines that come together and you form a team. And then collectively, you design something for others to use. And that's normally what an engineer does, at least at the beginning of their engineering career. For director of engineering, my job was really unique in that I was in special operations. So in special operations, there are units all around the world, and they have facilities that they have to work in, and they have places they have to live. So my job was kind of unique in that I traveled to all these places around the world, and I helped them with engineering problems, whatever engineering problems. They're special ops. They're doing something different, much different than trying to repair buildings or try to fix roofs or something like that. So I would go to all these different places and I would sit down with them and say, look, what problems you're having with engineering? How can I help? And it was amazing because I literally traveled around the world for 3 years. Every 6 weeks, I was gone to around the Pacific or around Europe, around America. So it was just a fascinating, amazing job because I got to see so many places, and experienced so many new things. It was really, really amazing. And I was able to help a lot of people.
Oh, really good to know. I love traveling too. Everyone who is traveling, you love to do it, and yeah, nice to know about that. And my next question is that about your teenagers life. When you were a teenager, can you remember what were you thinking at that time that I wanna become? What was your dream at that time to become in the future?
Yeah, so for me, and I tell a story often when I visit schools and when I talk at schools. I always tell about my early years and my teenage years and how I really, really struggled. I hated school. I really hated school. So I struggled in school, and I loved the beach and I loved sports. So when I was a little kid, they dragged me off the beach and they put me in a box and they said read, and I really didn't want to do that. So I struggled, really struggled a lot. To make it worse, I have a twin sister and she loves school. So if you have a brother or sister or twin close in age, you're always compared. So my sister, she did everything right. She loved school. She did well, and I did everything wrong. So I was always fighting with my parents. It was always a struggle. All I really wanted to do was go to the beach and play sports. And my parents would say, "What are you going to do?" "I'm going to the beach." "No, you got to get a job." "Well, I'm going to play sports." "No, you got to get a job." So I fought with my parents all of the time. So it was a struggle, but I did play a lot of sports. And anytime I was playing sports, I was having fun. Or when I was at the beach, I was having fun. So my life growing up was kind of a mixture of a lot of fun and a lot of arguing. So uh, I got through it. I eventually got through it, but I really, really struggled.
I I can understand it. I can understand your situation. So, which type of sports you like at that time?
Oh, anything. In America, we play football, basketball, baseball. I was doing gymnastics. I was doing track. I was doing anything outside, tennis, anything. I love being outside in the sunshine, and just loved athletics in general. And I got so much joy from it. And it was really fortunate for me because a lot of kids like me, and maybe you, but I think you're much smarter. But a lot of kids struggle, and they struggle with academics and they struggle with school, and they don't have an outlet. I had the outlet. I had all that struggle, but I could get away from that. I can get in the sports environment and feel good about myself and feel good about my day. So, luckily for me, I had that. But I understand for the kids who don't have that and they're struggling all of the time. For those who know, if you know what you want to do, you're very, very fortunate. Many people somehow know what they want to do. My sister, when she was 3 years old, she knew she wanted to be a teacher. So she loved school because she knew it would take her where she wanted to go. If you know what you want to do, you're so lucky. You just go do it. If you don't know, it's a struggle, and that was me. I still don't know. Everything kind of happened by accident for me. None of it was really planned, but I'm very thankful. So for me, I just try to enjoy the day, and I try to take one day at a time and be thankful for everything that happens.
Oh, really good to know about that. And now your life, like accidentally, you're doing many jobs. You have done many jobs accidentally, right?
Yeah, I've been really fortunate. I tell everybody, people even ask me now, how old are you? I get asked, and I always tell them I'm 19. And they look at me, what do you mean you're 19? And I say, oh, I know I look a lot younger, but I'm really 19. And they look at me again. But it's a mental age. I struggled, really struggled up until the time I was 18. Between 18 and 19, my whole life changed. I got on my own. I got away from my parents. I somehow developed confidence and a belief in myself, and everything got really, really easy. So from the time I'm 19 till today, I want to stay in the same mental attitude of having fun and enjoying life, and everything is exciting, and every day is exciting. Every day is a new adventure. It doesn't matter what I do. Speaking with you right now. This is the most important thing to me. I want to see how well I can do it, and I'll feel good at the end of it. That I've done the best I can, and I feel good, and I apply that to everything I do. So my days are always exciting. They're always fun, and I'm always thankful. I'm really, really thankful for everything.
That's a very great mindset. Like I ever seen a person who is like enjoying everything. Like, thanks so much, and I will try my best to do it. I will try my best to apply this in my life. So you said that I have traveled all over the world. So my question is, which country impacted you the most and why?
So I traveled to many, many countries when I was in the Air Force, but doing schools, traveling around with schools is kind of a whole different environment. I've been to 18 countries traveling just around the world. And people always say to me, "What's your favorite country?" And I always say to them, my favorite country is always the country I'm in. If I'm in Norway, I'm only focusing on Norway. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm not comparing it to anything else. When I'm in India, I'm doing the same thing. When I'm in Germany or wherever I am, it's always my favorite country. I only focus on where I am. But for me, Pakistan had the biggest impact on my life of every country I've ever been to. And when I go to Pakistan, I've been to Pakistan 3 times, and I talk about it a lot, that our perception in the West of Pakistan is really, really terrible. Our perception is filled with suicide bombers, a haven for terrorists. As a Westerner, you can't go there. You might be shot, you might be kidnapped. That's what our heads are filled with. That's all we're ever told because that's what the news teaches us. And that's the only way we really have an interface internationally. And so you have this really terrible, especially after 9/11. I mean, you don't remember 9/11, you weren't around then, but there was a really, really bad perception of Pakistan. And so about 3 years ago, 3 years ago, I got an invitation to go to Pakistan to Future Fest. And my first thought was, well, why do I go to Pakistan? What's in Pakistan? You know, there's only people behind rocks with guns. That was a really weird perception I had of Pakistan. So when I got to Pakistan, and it really was an adventure getting there, but when I got there and I met the people, you know, you all are extremely kind. You're very giving. You know, your country is amazing. The architecture is fantastic. Education system is fantastic. People are very, very smart. India used to be one of the countries I looked up and said, in India, people are really smart. Doesn't mean they're better, but they're really smart. To me, smarter than any other country, again, doesn't mean better. A lot of people are smart in a lot of countries, but it just seemed to me in America, almost any huge company, anything that had anything to do with electronics or space or anything, there was an Indian person somewhere at the top because they're smarter than everybody else. When I got to Pakistan, I see that people in Pakistan are the same as the people in India. And basically, you are the same people. You somewhere in history, somebody put a line in the sand, but before that, you were the same. So I was amazed, not at how kind and how giving and how wonderful the country is, but how different it was from what I expected. So I'm not saying Pakistan is my favorite country, other than when I'm in Pakistan, but is the country that, without a doubt, was the most different than what I expected.
Thank you so much, and this means a lot to us being a Pakistani. Thanks so much, and we love New York, America too. So my next question is that what's the biggest lesson you ever learned from traveling and speaking globally?
You know, I to me it's about being kind. I don't know if it's a lesson. I think it's not necessarily from traveling. It's just a lesson in life. I think if you learn to respect others and learn to be kind to others, and you do it for the joy of doing, I feel very fortunate. I know my life is very good, and I'm very thankful. And anytime I can give back, anytime I can give to anybody, like this coming week, I have 3 friends visiting. One from Sri Lanka, she's coming with her family. One from India, she's actually coming here tomorrow, and one from Brazil. So one of the things I do, I always invite people when I go to the country, if you come to America, if you come to Florida, you let me know. I get you tickets to Kennedy Space Center. You spend a day at the Space Center, and then you come to my house at night and we hang out, we have pizza. And I do that because everyone is so kind to me. So to me, it's about being kind to others. Somebody has to be first. If you and I are walking past each other, and I don't say anything to you, you might not say anything to me. If I say hi to you, chances are you will say something back. But somebody has to go first, and many people don't want to go first because if they go first and they don't get a response, then they get mad. You know, I just say hi for the joy of saying hi. If somebody responds, fine. If they don't, no problem. I'll just do it with the next person. And so, yeah, traveling is an adventure all by itself. When I came back from Pakistan uh, 2 years ago, it was going to take me 50 hours to come back from Pakistan because I had long layovers in Dubai. I had long layovers in different places. So it was going to be 50 hours. So when you get on a trip and you think, okay, I'm going to be traveling for 50 hours, that's 2 nights with no sleep. That doesn't mean where I'm going to eat. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these long layovers. So the challenge to myself was, okay, how can I enjoy these 50 hours? I'm going to break it down into 5 minutes at a time. I don't care what I'm doing for 5 minutes. I don't care where I'm going. I'm going to have fun those 5 minutes. It doesn't matter what it is. So I did that. I did every 5 minutes. I had fun. I didn't care what I did. I didn't care about nothing except having fun in those 5 minutes. When I got back, the time had gone so fast and I had such a great time. And I thought, wow, I'm so happy I have this mental approach. So for me, traveling is an adventure, traveling is fun. And I think you just learn more than anything else to stay positive, to not let little things get you down, to not get disappointed if you miss a flight, to not get disappointed if you don't sleep. It's just part of the game, and you want to enjoy it all. But it's a mental challenge with traveling, especially if I go to Asia, where it can be easily 30, 40 hours and getting from one place to another.
Really good to know. No matter what's happening, you have to just enjoy your day. Your 5 minutes. Yeah, that's a really nice perspective actually. So a lot of people they get disappointed and then they're never gonna enjoy their day of just one thing. So that's not a good thing. Yeah, I just learned a lesson from you. That's always enjoy your day and make it more excited. Break it down. No matter what's happening in your life, just make it more enjoyable. I'm
Yes.
gonna implement this in my life, and that I think that will help me the most in my work and my personal life too. Thank you. So my next question is, what's been your most life-changing experience?
Wow, as you pass through life, you have many different times when things change and you go first further on. I guess for me the biggest thing was just getting out of high school. That was my first huge thing, was just to get away from school and get away from my parents. I really wanted away from home, and I really didn't want to be. My parents were good parents. They just wanted me to do things I didn't want to do, and they were right. They wanted me to go to school. They wanted me to get a job. They wanted me to do all these things, and and I didn't want to do that. So I struggled and fought with my parents a lot. But once I got away from school, when I turned 18, I joined the Air Force. So that got me away from home. It got me a place to live. It got me a job. It got me an income, and that was huge for me, as well as being on my own. So I think I lost you. I'm not sure if we're still talking. I know the live is still going, but I don't see you, so I'm not sure what to do. I'll try to hang out and see if you come back. I can talk a little bit more about those things. For me, yeah, again, there's a series of I talk about a lot of things, but you want to always be able to enjoy what you do, and you want to challenge yourself. Anybody can do anything. Can you enjoy doing it? The challenge to me is never to do something. The challenge is to enjoy doing it. And if you enjoy doing it, it doesn't matter what it is. You're going to have a great time. And that's my objective always, is to enjoy everything.
Okay, thanks so much, Gabe. Sorry, it just gave me 1 minute, and there is some little bit of a technical issue, so that's why I don't know why my camera is not getting open. So just let me handle. Let's continue the question, and my question is that what motivates you to give back so much?
So, did you hear everything I said?
No, the last answer I haven't heard the last answer. Sorry. If you
Okay.
want to repeat, you can.
Yeah. So, could you ask me the question again?
Yeah, sure. My question was, what's been your most life-changing experience?
Oh, yeah, I was talking about, in life you have many life-changing experiences, and I don't know that one is more important than the other, but the first one for me was definitely finishing high school. And I don't know if I lost you again, so I'm going to just kind of hang out until you come back, just in case you're not hearing me, because I don't think you are, and I'll wait for you. So I'm going to be having a little breakfast while I'm waiting for you. It's okay. This stuff happens, and we'll just make the best of it.
Sorry, Gabe. Sorry,
Yeah,
there
it's
is
no problem.
my Oh, thanks so much for understanding. And the next question is: do you believe hardship makes people stronger?
Well, I don't know about you said. Do you think hardships? Is that what the word you said?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said hardship a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So I never think hard. I never think difficult. I think challenge. I think everything is a challenge. I don't think it's hard. I never say the word hard. I never say difficult. I never say fail. I try to get away from all those negative things. So to me, everything is about a challenge. And I think a challenge is definitely when you face a challenge and you overcome that challenge, it creates confidence. It builds your belief in yourself. I think all of those challenges that we overcome, they help us build a belief in ourselves. And for me, it's really important to have that belief in yourself. Yes, I think they're very, very important. Only in that I teach us that we can overcome anything. And we want to use them as a building block. Every time we feel we've had a challenge, we overcome that challenge, we remember it. The next time we find ourselves in another challenge, you say, well, I got through the last one, I can get through this one. And you build that, and eventually you get to a point where you think you can do anything. And then you will never have a hardship. Everything will be good. And I talk a little bit about that, and we'll talk a little bit about that before we finish the interview as well.
Good to know. Thanks so much. So my next question is that how do you recharge after intense work or travel?
Could you say that again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said that. How do you recharge after intense work or travel?
How do I reach out after?
Hi. I said, how do you recharge yourself after intense work or
Uh,
travel?
I don't have to recharge myself. I'm always charged. I'm always having fun. I'm always enjoying life. So I never really have to do anything to generate that. I don't know why, but I generate it every day. I wake up happy. I wake up excited for the day. I don't care what I'm going to do. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to challenge myself to enjoy whatever it is. And so for me, I stay recharged. I don't ever, I'm ever not charged. I'm always fun. When you have fun and you enjoy your life, everything is good. One of the challenges is to learn to enjoy everything equally. If I say to you, what's your most favorite thing to do? What do you get the most joy from doing one thing? You want to get that same joy from everything. That is your challenge. Make everything your favorite thing. Make everything your most enjoyable thing as you are doing it. If you learn to do that, everything is fun, everything is exciting, and the sense of accomplishment is huge. So I think it self generates. For me, I'm always having fun. I don't care what I'm going to do. And the challenge is just like when I say, my favorite country is always the country I'm in. And people say to me, that's impossible. You have to have a favorite country because they have a favorite country. They look at one country and they think, oh, I could be here doing something different. I never do that. I only focus on the country I'm in. What can I enjoy? What can I find positive? I never look for negatives. I see them, but I don't dwell on them. I focus more on positives. And I tell a little story. I was in Paris. I was living in Germany. I went to Paris for New Year's Eve, and we were on this famous street called the Saint Champs-Élysées, and there was fireworks going on. It was New Year's. It was so exciting. And the guy standing next to me, oh, I hate this place. It's dirty. It's crowded. Everything in his mind was negative. I'm standing right beside him. Everything in my mind is positive. We're looking at the same thing the same way. He's miserable. I'm happy. Learn to enjoy everything you do. That is the challenge. And learn to enjoy it as much as your favorite thing. Make everything right now, your favorite thing in the world right now should be this interview. You should be focusing on this interview, enjoying this interview, and being appreciative of the time. And at the end of it, you should feel good about your effort. You should feel good about what you shared. And you go on to whatever comes next. You approach it the same way to me. And that's how I live my life. So I just stay charged. I have fun. When I get off this interview with you, I'm going to go. I try to work out 6 days a week. I try to stay in shape. So I go to the gym 2 hours a day, 3 days a week, and I swim 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. So I alternate the gym and swimming. So when I get finished the interview with you, and one of the reasons I scheduled it at this time 9 o'clock in the morning for me, so that I can go to the gym or swim at a reasonable time, get back to my house by around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I have the whole day to do other things. So, but to me, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to look at the gym. How well can I do it? How much fun can I have doing it? And I approach that with everything I do. And right now, the most important thing in the world to me is you. So I don't know if I've lost you again. I really don't know. I see everything is frozen, so I kind of think maybe you can't hear me. So I'll just kind of hang out and wait till you come back. I know this stuff happens, so if you can hear me, I'm not upset. I'm not angry with it. It's just part of the process, and hopefully we can get through it.
Okay, so I heard your answer really well, and thank you so much for this. Today, I learned from you that making your everyday more important, more enjoyable. Like, what are you doing? You have to choose that. That is my favorite thing, and that what I am doing, and that's very important to me. Thanks so much. So at the end, I want you to please give us some advice that will really helpful for me and for my audience too.
Certainly. So one of the reasons I agree to do these interviews, and I do one almost every day, and I had to schedule you in because we had so many others wanting to do it, but it's really important to me. When I travel around, when I go to Pakistan, when I go to any country, I speak with the schools. I share the magic of the space program. The space program is so much fun, but I really focus on three things, and these are three things I hope you'll remember and think about. Do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself. If you learn those three things, nothing will ever be hard. You will never work. You'll never have stress. You'll never have pressure. You'll be very successful and have fun doing it. Doing your best, that's pretty easy. Challenge yourself. I don't care what it is. How well can I do it? And feel good about your effort. If it's not what you want, it's okay. Do it again. You will get better, but always feel good about your effort. Enjoy everything you do. This is a little bit more of a challenge. We're doing this interview and we're dropping in and out. You can get frustrated or you can enjoy it and say it's just part of it. It doesn't matter. Learn to find positives in everything you do. If you can't find a positive, say to yourself, it could be worse. Then it becomes a positive. Never have a negative experience. And the most important thing, believe in yourself. Very few people have that. It doesn't matter how successful they are, it doesn't how much money they have. They're they just don't believe in themselves. That's why they have stress. That's why they have pressure. So you want to learn to develop that belief in yourself. It's so important. If you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect others to believe in you? If you don't feel good about yourself, how can you expect others to feel good about you? How do you get belief in yourself? Most things start with a thought or a dream. So you have this dream and you think, okay, this is a dream. I'm going to make this my goal, and ask yourself, what steps do I achieve it? I'm here and I want to go there. How do I get from there? What steps do I take? Always plan small steps. Don't be in a hurry. The smaller the step, the easier it is to accomplish. The easier it is to accomplish, it helps you develop that belief in yourself, that confidence in yourself. And you want to build that very, very slowly. And sometimes things don't go as expected. You have to step back and go forward. But that's when you learn the most. And one of the things you learn is to overcome the challenge. But you want to build that belief and build that belief and build that confidence in yourself. And one day you will say to yourself, I can do anything. When you believe you can do anything, you will never have stress. You'll never have pressure. You just go do it because you believe you can. And when you enjoy it, you do it better. So that's always the message I have. Those three things: do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself.
That's $1 million advice to me. That I think that's a very difficult thing to do. A lot of people have handling these three things, but you have to do it. If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna apply this in your life, I think you're gonna be successful. Thanks so much for this, and I will try my best to implement this in my life. And yeah, we'll see the result, inshallah, too soon. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Gabe, for your precious time and for explaining this to me. Thanks so much again and again. And yeah, thanks so much for everything.
You're very welcome. It's been a pleasure. I've really enjoyed the interview. You did excellent. Your English is fantastic. Your questions are good. And I really appreciate, I can tell when I'm giving you an answer, I can tell you're listening and you're evaluating it. And one other thing I'll mention real quickly: in order to learn, you have to do three things. First, you have to listen, then you have to evaluate, and then you have to adapt. Without those three things, you can never learn. So you're willing to listen. I can see you evaluating, and hopefully, after you evaluate it, say, okay, what can I apply to my life that will make it better for me? And but I really appreciate everything, and I appreciate the time with you very, very much.
Thank you so much, my pleasure, and thanks so much for encouraging me. And can you please tell me anything that I should more like to do more better, so that I can do more better in interviews? Anything?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't evaluate you as an interview. I just try to focus on the questions and the answers. So to me, everything went well. I don't know if I would have a suggestion for you. I'm not sure. It's mainly the issues we've had are mainly with the IT stuff, and you can't control that. So everything else, I think that was a little bit of a distraction because I'm losing you, and I don't know if I'm speaking with you, but that's not your fault, and it happens often with
Yeah,
these interviews. But I think you did great. You got a great smile. You really, I can tell you're really into it. I wouldn't change anything. Just enjoy it. Make sure you enjoy it.
yeah. Thanks so much. I will try my best to do enjoy, and thanks so much for encouraging and for your time. So we can end this session, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for watching me and to listening to my amazing guest. And he told so many things that inspires me a lot and that will help me to make my life more better. Thanks so much, Gabe, and yeah, Allah Hafiz everyone, and we'll meet you tomorrow with another very interesting guest. So till then, take good care of yourself and enjoy your life, enjoy your every 5 minutes, and have an awesome day. Thanks so much. Bye bye.